Cassia Faye Hayden. Welcome to my channel. I'm sorry I don't look all that great today. I'm not feeling all that well. My boyfriend is in the hospital and has been all week. And my best friend and like a son to me, very deep, profound connection. He passed away. Ash passed away on Sunday, so I'm not doing too well. On top of it, I've been feeling kind of ill to begin with. I think the thing that made Ash sick enough to pass away got me too. It's been passing around the house throughout the cats, but yeah, it with him it was really, really severe. For the rest of them, spell no, leave their food alone. Mommy kitty's trying to steal her baby kitty's food. Naughty girl. But so they've all kind of gotten some pretty bad congestion, and his got so bad that like he couldn't even eat. Like he was panting to the point where he just kept vomiting everything in him up and then dry heaving, and it just got incredibly bad. So I mean, everybody else is congested, and I'm a little bit congested, but his was bad. So there's that. I lost him, and Sam's been in the hospital all week, and now the cats are trying to steal the kitten's food. And Cinnamon Roll is incredibly, incredibly sick right now from the same cold and the fact that she's been skinny for months now, and I've been trying to get her weight up, but the bigger kitties are stealing her food too. So I'm getting really, really frustrated with it. So it's kind of perfect timing for me to do a self-care video. This isn't really going to be a self-care video like my usual self-care videos. This is going to be more of a self-care haul, like Amazon haul of what I've gotten for stuff for self-care. But and I'm sure you could probably hear them mewing in the background of the little kittens. If you like, I'll show them to you guys. Move, spell. Thank you. You want to show the babies? Let's show the babies. Okay. Oh. This one, who apparently took a bath in his food, is Pumpkin Pie. Hey, if he's eating. This one right here, whose eye is incredibly, oh yeah, is incredibly clogged up because he's got a slight bit of a cold. That one is Karma. Spell. Let go. Knock it off. Keep pissing me off, girl. See what happens. You'll get a spanking, the likes of which you've never seen. Sorry about that. She's been naughty. And this one right here, this fluffy little girl right here, this is Namaste. Trying to get them to eat, but everybody keeps stealing their food. Sorry if that hurt her, but honestly, if it did, maybe it'll teach her to knock it off. I just swatted her butt a little bit and tossed her on the floor. She landed on one of the cans that I haven't picked up yet. But anyway, so yeah, I'm dealing with a lot right now. So I'm not quite right at the moment. So, self-care haul. Self-care is good for all of us, right? And when we're not doing quite right, that's when we need it the most. So, First of all, you know what? Let's show the nightlight first. First of all, the cats broke my nightlight. I can't sleep without one because I get all creeped out, and because it's dark, and I tend to get stalkers, and if I can't see at night, I can't aim, and I don't exactly want to accidentally hurt my cats because I might hear an intruder, and I'm thinking I'm aiming at the intruder, but I'm actually aiming at the cats. I'd really prefer to aim at the intruder. Know what I'm aiming at. So, I mean, I don't need excessive light because I can't really sleep with excessive light, but I can't sleep with no light either because then I get scared that someone's going to break in because it's happened a lot. Not here, but in previous residences. I've had like 4 different break-ins at my most recent previous residence. And there was somebody actually camped out on my porch. And then I had a stalker that wouldn't stop trying to come here also after I moved here. Like first he was stalking me at that house and then he was stalking me here. And I had to have him arrested in order to get him to leave me alone. And then he still kept stalking me. And I told him, if you don't leave me alone, I'm going to press charges. I'll call the cops again. And I have proof that you're harassing me because you won't stop messaging me. Leave me alone. I have witnesses that you're following me around at the soup kitchen. Leave me alone. But anyway, so, it's if you have problems like that with people stalking you or break-ins, or you're concerned about things like that, I'm not paranoid. These things actually do happen to me a lot because I am 4'10". I am a very tiny woman. I qualify as a legal midget. And I'm crippled. And when I'm not sick, I'm actually remotely decent looking. I wouldn't say the most gorgeous person in the world. I really don't think I'm as pretty as most people claim I am. I think they want something. And Sam, I think he's blinded by love. but I know when I'm cleaned up and wearing some makeup, I'm kind of decent looking, Yeah. I don't think I'm hideous, but without makeup and, when I'm sick, my hair's all greasy and my hair's tangled and whatnot. Yeah, I think I'm kind of hideous. But I mean, like, really, a lot of people just kind of they focus on their physical flaws a lot more than the people around them. The people around them don't really zero in on all their physical flaws like you do yourself. We are our biggest judge, our harshest judge. So and I'm sorry about the glare of my glasses. It's kind of driving me nuts because I can't see my eyes either. But anyway, so I have a hard time sleeping at night without some low light nightlight in my room, and I really liked the nightlight that I had because it changes colors and it was kind of cool. But when they started coming out with different shapes of them, I was like, I want one of those even more. So I knew I couldn't really afford to buy a new nightlight. So it's kind of fortuitous in a way that I ended up having to because the cats broke my old one. They knocked it off my dresser and the cover came off of it, which broke off the soldering for a wire that connects to the top of it, which somehow makes it actually work. I don't know. But it's a tap light. So if the tap light isn't connected, the tap light cover isn't connected to the wire, the only way to turn on the tap light is to pull on the wire, not really pull on it, but to caress the wire until you get it to what you want it to do, which seems kind of dangerous to me. And if not dangerous, then just kind of like annoying. Um, so I got a new one, and it's shaped like a kitty, a cute little kitty. They had one that had like this attitude face too, and I almost bought that one, but I was like, attitude or cute? I like them both. I want them both. But let's go with cute. We're putting it in my bedroom. We're not putting it in the living room where people like could like appreciate the attitude cat. We're putting it in my bedroom. Let's go with cute. So this is the cute little kitty. Um and you don't need to have it plugged in for it to work. It like wirelessly charges. I mean it charges and then it works wirelessly. You know what I mean. But you push the little button here and that turns it on. Then you're supposed to tap it, and the tapping doesn't work all that great. The tapping will first it'll turn it on to where it's like a regular light. Then it'll turn it on. Then it'll turn it on to, if it'll let me. I'm on. To like where it changes colors. See, now it's changing colors. Isn't that pretty? Pretty green. Turning blue. It was originally red. Now it's turning purple. Pretty purple. White. Back to green. Isn't that pretty? It's so pretty. And now it's purple again for some reason. I'll take it. I like purple. That's my favorite color, actually. But, so, it's a nice little light. It works for my purposes. It gives me a cute little night light. And it lights up the room just enough to where if there is an intruder, I know what to aim at. And I can get up in the middle of the night and see just enough to find my house shoes and get into the bathroom and go pee and come back and not trip over all of my black cats. So, another good reason to have a nightlight is I have a lot of black cats and I'm night blind. So, yeah. So there's the intruder reason, and then there's the reason of not tripping over black cats in the middle of the night when you're night blind and have to pee. So, it's great. It works. It's really good self-care to have a nightlight in your room, in your bathroom, even in your kitchen at night, just so that like you can get around safely without having to turn on extra lights and blind yourself just to get around the house at night and not trip over anything and not fall and just be safe, because what if you need a midnight snack because your sugar dropped? I don't have my snacks put up in my bedroom yet because I don't have my bed set up yet. My bed's still over at Sam's house in a shed. So I have a mattress on the floor on top of another mattress. So, yeah, there's that. And like, it's just safety in general. Whether you need to get up and have something to eat, or if you have to go to the bathroom, or you need a drink, or if there's an intruder, it's just good to have a nightlight. Just to be safe. Because you don't want to be turning on the lights in the middle of the night and blinding yourself with all that bright light. When all you really needed to do was stumble into the kitchen and get a drink or something to eat, or stumble into the bathroom, go to the bathroom, and then come back to bed and pass out again. You don't need extra light for that. You just need a little night light that barely illuminates. Just enough for you to be able to see where you're going. So I'm not telling everybody they have to have a nightlight. I just think it's useful. It's useful for me. So especially when you have black cats and you're night blind. Yeah, I have a lot of black cats actually. I have 3 adult black males. I just lost a black female. And then, as you can see, I have those 2 black kittens. So, lots of black cats. And then, you know, Spell, being a black calico, also kind of black. So, she's kind of hard to see at night, too. So, better safe than sorry. Let's not break our necks going to the bathroom. Yeah. You know how cats are. They like to, like, walk in front of you and stop and have you trip over them. Or they like to shoot underneath your feet and trip you. We know how cats are. But anyway, and then another thing that I bought, actually 4 self-care videos specifically. You heard that, didn't ya? Sound like an ocean? Because it is. It's an ocean drum. And look how pretty it is with those pretty metallic beads in there. I love it. So it's kind of like my rain stick, but it makes the sound of an ocean. And I mean, I think my rain stick is prettier because it's got those like purplish, pinkish, pearlized beads in there. It's so much prettier. But this is still the prettiest ocean drum I could find. And look how pretty that is. Look at all those beautiful metallic beads in there. That's really pretty. All the other ones just had like little metal balls. The other ones were not anywhere near as pretty as this one. This is the prettiest one I could find. And being ADHD, y'all know how much I love things that look pretty. Yeah. And if you're wondering about my background, it's almost Christmas, right? So, merry and bright. My little snow bear, my other little snow bear. That one's more authentic. And then we've got my little blue reindeer. Isn't that cute? I stole it from Cinnamon Roll. I gave it to her last year, but I stole it from her because now it's Christmas decor. Because I want it and I like it and it's cute. I don't think she cares. She really, really doesn't. They've got so many toys, they don't care if they lose one to my decor. They really don't. And then, so, on that note, another thing I got specifically for you guys for the, self-care, videos are these Catch Your Dreams Smile Everyday cards. And they have kitties and puppies on them. So, and they obviously they're the same color scheme as the other cards that I've been using with you guys. I think they're made by the same company, which is kind of cool because, you know, then, you know, they already know that I like kitties because I already bought their other deck. So, I mean, but it's got cute little sayings on it. The one side of the deck says Catch Your Dreams. And then these aren't two-sided like the other ones. I really like that the other ones are two-sided, but these are not. But they are waterproof. I don't know why that matters. So I guess you can put them up in the shower. I don't know why you'd want to put them up in the shower. To each their own, I guess. If it makes you happy, then I guess it can't be that bad. It makes you happy. Why the hell are you so sad? Yes, I'm a dork. But anyway, so they've got like little kitties and puppies on them. Like here's a little Siamese kitty. It says, I can succeed at whatever I choose. Isn't they cute? And obviously I will mix these up and use them for the channel Whenever I actually am able to do videos, I am busting my butt trying to get stuff done around here. I cannot afford to buy fidgets all that much for a while because I have a lot of laundry to pay for to get done. I'm gonna run out of laundry soap soon, and I've gotta not only come up with more laundry soap, and I've been like running out and running out and running out of vinegar and baking soda because those are my add-ins to get rid of smells and help get things cleaner. And I've run out of OxyClean a few times. I've endlessly been putting money into laundry, and then on top of it, there's items I can't fit in my washers, so that I'll have to save up some money to go to the laundromat, and then there's repairs all over the house I need to get done. So I won't be doing a whole lot of fidgets and slime for a while. I want to. I want to keep it going, and I'm going to keep it going, do as much as I possibly can, but, priorities, you know, when you move into a house that's as is and it's pretty much falling apart, there's stuff you got to do to get it fixed, and it's kind of a high priority, and it costs a lot of money. So, a little bit here and there I will be doing some slime and fidgets and whatnot, but not as much as before and for a while. It will come back again, I promise. And then you know, just I got to work with what I got, and at some point when all of this stuff is done, I'll be able to do massive amounts of hauls because with the rent being the lot rent being less than my old place, and bills not being psychotic because the guy that I was renting from before was making up the amount of bills, it should be much more affordable. So, except for the fact that I'm probably planning on adding a crap ton of channels. But I hear Netflix is with Verizon now, so maybe I'll get a deal on that to make it cheaper. And without there being a DVD subscription anymore, it won't be nearly as expensive to begin with as it was when I had it before, because they don't do that anymore. So, which kind of sucks, but whatever. Um, but I will be doing more fidget and slime videos. It's just not going to be as many for a little while until I get things a little bit more situated. I will start up the self-care videos a little bit here and there again. Try to get it done more, but I've been so tired. That's why I haven't been doing the self-care videos as much. As for one thing, I couldn't find anything. I'm getting closer to finding things in the house. Because I finally am tackling, I've got everything, all the clothes out of the shed washed and put away. And now I'm tackling that whole that whole spare bedroom of everything I crammed in there so I could get to the stuff in the shed and, just process. I still have a lot of stuff in the shed I need to go through, but none of it's closed now, thankfully. So, yeah. But yeah, just one step at a time, a little bit here and there. I have been taking a break from laundry to try to get dishes done because my dishes have been out of control. I had no dishes left because I was focusing on laundry. So, so I've been taking a break to get the dishes done, and then I'm gonna have to start doing the laundry again. I'm so close to getting it done. So close. And once all the laundry is done in there, and I currently don't have anywhere to store it right now. Most of the stuff I need to store it is at Sam's house in storage. But that's okay. And all of my bins have books in them because That's how everybody moved my stuff, is they took all of my clothes out of the bins and put books in the bins. Which is actually good because books are heavy. And, but at the same time, I need my bins back now. So in order to get my bins back, I need to put that room together so I can put books away. But we're getting to it. Once we get all the laundry, once I get all the laundry done and put the two bookshelves I have here up in there and get some of the books put away, I'll at least be able to, have place for the clothes to go that need to go outside for the seasons. But as for my linens, I'm cramming all my sheets and stuff and whatever I can of sheets and pillowcases in the closet shelf, which is not enough room for it. All of my blankets are either on this futon, and pillows are either on this futon or on my bed, and there's not enough room for me to lay, really, because it's all blankets and pillows and clothes, because I need my other dresser, and I need the closet space, which I don't have the closet space because I'm using it to hang stuff to dry. But, it is what it is. It's a process. It takes time. So, it'll get there. But, so, a little bit at a time. And hopefully Sam's okay. I'm worried about him. We don't know what's wrong yet. We're still waiting to find out what's wrong. We don't really even know what's going on and what to do. At this point, I'm really worried about him. And I'm pretty worried about Cinnamon Roll. And at this point, because of the cats stealing all the baby's food, they're starting to get skinny and cold. And I'm getting worried about them. Massively need to start beating the crap out of the cats when they steal all their kitties' food. I don't like to spank my cats. That's like, to me, spanking the cats is like last resort, the very last thing you do after yelling at them and talking to them and explaining to them why they can't do what they're doing. Spanking is like either they're doing something dangerous for you or for them, or being violent to each other, or they've been told and yelled at and chased down so many times that at that point they've earned a spanking. The only way to get them to stop is a spanking. So that's those are the only instances when I actually spank my animals, is when it's that bad. I don't like spanking them, but sometimes they push you to it. But anyway, back to the haul, because that's what you're here for, right? You're not here to hear about my struggles with my house and my struggles with my cats and my struggles with my honey in the hospital. I do appreciate your guys' support though, because I don't know. I'm losing it. If I lose him, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I am not okay. I lost Ash. I'm not okay with that. I might lose him. I am definitely not okay with that. I might lose Cinnamon Roll. I've lost several other kitties within the last 2 months. I'm not okay. I haven't been okay. And then on top of it, I've got this stalker dude who flat out literally told me through Messenger, after I told him to knock his shit off, that because his mom gave me food, I now owe him, and that makes it okay for him to show up at my house when I live alone whenever he feels like it, unannounced and uninvited. No, that's not how that works. I'm 4'10" female and crippled and live alone. You don't come to my house unannounced and uninvited. That's a really big red flag. A guy does that, especially after being told 6 times that is not okay with you and it's not a thing that you put up with, and keeps doing it, and then gets an attitude with you when you tell him to stop. That's not okay. So, this guy 4 times showed up at my house unannounced, uninvited, unannounced. And the first time, he had actually lied to my friend Stephanie in order to do it because he didn't know where I lived. But she said she was coming over to my house, and he claimed that he knew me in order to get her to bring him along. Now, she knows better not to bring people to my house that I don't know. So, I mean, I can't blame her for it. She didn't do anything wrong. He lied to her to get her to bring him. So, she brings him over thinking that I know the guy. Walks into my house, and the guy walks in my house like he freaking lives here. And then starts making up this huge dramatic story of how we met, which him walking into my house with her is how we met. So him sitting there going, oh yeah, remember a few months ago when you moved in, blah, 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 blah. Dude, I've never seen you before, and you're so ugly that your face is one I would never fucking forget. Now, I would not say that to somebody to their face. I think that's rude, and I think it's very disrespectful to disrespect somebody who is being nothing but kind to you. If someone's being an asshole to you to the point where you have no choice but to be a bitch, let loose. But, I didn't know the guy, and I didn't want to be rude, so I did not say that. I just sat there and was like in shock, just standing there like, what the fuck? He's just going on and on and on with this complete made up story like we know each other when we've never met. And then after that, I was kind of concerned about my friend's safety. So when they started to leave, I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna let her go to his house alone. I'm going with them. I'm gonna ask if I can go. I'm not gonna just start walking and follow them there. So I asked, and I was like, is it okay if I come with you guys? And I didn't give a reason, because to give a reason would warn him that I don't think that he's safe around my friend. So I didn't give a reason. There was no reason given. But that was the reason. I didn't feel she was safe. So he said, oh yeah, sure, okay. And we have puppies right now, so I bet you'd love to see the puppies. And I'm like, oh yeah, what kind of puppies do you have? Chihuahuas. Now, I've been attacked by 8 different chihuahuas in my lifetime. 8 chihuahuas. Animals love me. I've never had a problem with animals in my life. But chihuahuas and Pomeranians. That's it. The only animals I have ever had a problem with in my life. Other people's animals run to me. I don't even know them, and their animals run to me. I think it's because they can sense that I'm kind of an animal person. I don't know. Animals have really strong senses. They can tell whether or not someone's a good person or a bad person, whatnot. So then, I went over there because he said I could come, and was trying to entice me to go over there anyway, and which kind of seemed weird to me because we just met and I don't know this dude, and I'm like, okay, now I'm worried about her and me, because this guy is acting a little bit too eager to have me in his house. So I went over there with her, and he starts his mom's in the bedroom, and she comes out because she hears voices in her house that she doesn't recognize. I mean, I can't blame her. I'd feel the same way. I'd be like, who the fuck's in my house? Right? Exactly. So, she gets up and he's like, oh, this is the neighbor, Lady Danielle from down the road. She wanted to see our puppies, so I brought her home to see our puppies. No. In no way, shape, or form did I ever say I wanted to see your puppies. You were trying to manipulate me to come over by saying you had puppies. I don't even like chihuahuas. They're violent and psycho. The one of the few dogs I would never be willing to have is a chihuahua because they're violent and psycho. So, I kind of don't really care for yippy dogs. It's not the dogs themselves. They're a little bit annoying, but I mean, I do like some little dogs. My grandma had a dachshund when I was little, and I love that dog. I don't care for yipping. But there's nothing wrong with little dogs. I don't like the yipping. Nothing wrong with them. It's Chihuahuas and Pomeranians specifically. They're psycho and violent. And they're born that way. It's not training. It's not. Um it's just how those dogs are. Now, I've never seen a big breed that instinctively attacks people without being trained to do so. Never. Only those two breeds. Those two tiny dog breeds of Chihuahuas and Pomeranians. Never had a problem with big dogs. Never had a problem with any other little dogs. Just those two breeds. And it was not their owners. It was the dogs. It was the breed. So, yeah. But again, he's sitting here making up huge, long, dramatic story that nobody had any idea where he was coming up with this shit. It's just pouring out of his mouth like he's just incapable of telling the truth. Like, everything has to be some dramatic made up story. Every little thing. So that made me feel even more unsafe. And then he started passing around pot and pushing me and my friend Stephanie to smoke more and more and more and more. Now, my limit is 2 hits. 2 hits, because that's all I need for body buzz. After 2 hits, someone starts pushing me to smoke more and more and more. Usually, I assume that there's a motive behind that, because once you say, no, I've had enough, and they keep pushing you to smoke more, there's a reason behind it. And the reason is usually something sketchy, like they want something from you, or they want to get you intoxicated for some reason that is not a good reason. So, when you tell someone you've had enough and they're pushing you to have more and more and more, it's not about you. It's about what they want from you. So, that was another red flag for me. And then, the fact that that I just didn't want to show my hand that I was trying to, watch over her. And I know I have a stronger tolerance than people assume because I'm small. I took like maybe 1 or 2 hits more than what I normally would have. Just enough to get them to think that I was playing along, to get them to think that I was their target. So, not his mom, but the guy and the guy that was with him. The guy that was with him actually left shortly after he started pushing pot. And he started saying some really inappropriate shit to both me and Stephanie, like really, really, really inappropriate. Like, he was trying to get with one of us, and you could tell. And the way he was looking at both of us was leering, and it was really creepy. So right off the bat, I got a complete and total bad vibe from this guy. And I mean, I got a great vibe from his mom. His mom was awesome. I really liked her. Unfortunately, she passed away a couple of, about a week ago. Um, but because she gave me a bunch of food to tide me over till I could, get my food stamps and get to the pantries and whatnot. Um, because when I moved, everybody ate me out of house and home. So because she gave me food to help me out, um, he felt the need to act like I owed him, like I now belong to him because his mom gave me food. Now, y'all know I'm taken, and the minute I'm around any creepy guy, the first thing I mention is that I'm taken. And I don't stop talking about Sam at all the whole time I'm around any creepy guy. Because I want them 100% aware, 100% clear, and me making it 100% clear that I am taken and not interested, and there is no chance in hell. However, no matter how much I make it clear, guys like that don't listen. They don't care that I'm taken. They don't care that it's not going to happen because they think if they get me intoxicated enough and alone, they think they're going to do something to me, willing or not. So, so he kept sexually harassing me, and then Stephanie had to go, and he continued to sexually harass me. And then his mom insisted that I come over for the next 2 days to get more food. She insisted. And I wasn't going to be rude and be like, no, like make her think that her food's not good enough for me. I didn't want her to feel bad. I wanted her to know that I appreciated her as a friend. So I went over there and I tried to only spend time with her, but he kept coming in the room and sexually harassing me. And even went as far as to tell me flat out that yes, he has a girlfriend that's in prison, but it's okay if I want to do something with him because they have an open relationship because she's in prison and she understands. And I'm like, I've been telling you about my boyfriend since we met. What makes you think I would be interested when I've made it clear I'm not interested? Why would you even go there and say shit like this to me when you know I'm taken? Again, red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag. Right? So after that, he kept insisting that he had to keep coming, walking me home. And I told him, I don't need you to walk me home. I don't want you to walk me home. I can get home just fine on my own. I've got pepper spray. I've got, I've got knives. I carry. I've got a self-defense whistle, which is one of the things that I have to share with you guys in a moment here. It says my battery is about to die, so I need to plug in. I don't know how my battery is about to die, but somehow. Where is my plug here? Alrighty. So somehow I need to get that to stay. Whatever. Please just stay. Okay. Somehow it's staying. I don't know how. But anyway, it was just so bad. And then he just would not stop showing up at my house. I actually brought knives to his house to get food because I did not feel safe around him because of the things he was saying to me. So, and then insisting he had to follow me home to make sure I'm safe. I wasn't safe from him. So then after that, he kept showing up at my house. Now, I know he's been in my yard more than the times that I've actually mentioned that I've caught him in my yard. Mentioned to him. or actually come out and been like, what are you doing in my yard? Because those are the only times that he actually knocked. He's been at my house 4 times where he actually knocked. Now, I've caught him in my yard 12 different times. In my shed, peeping in my windows, just walking around my yard. 12 different times where he was just in my yard. He lives on the other side of the park, so there is absolutely no reason for him to ever be in my yard without my consent. Red flag. So the one day, me and Sam were at the store, and we're pulling in, and as we're pulling in, Sam actually had to park close to the tree, and that's like smack dab in the middle of my driveway. There is room to park closer to the house, but the reason why he couldn't park closer to the house where he normally parks is because he had to avoid hitting him walking into my driveway. So we're coming home from the store, and I was actually intending on spending time with Sam. I wanted alone time with my boyfriend, but I didn't get it because of him. So we're pulling in. He's walking into my driveway as we're pulling in, uninvited, unwanted, unannounced, just walking into my driveway. And he walks up to my door, knocks on it, turns, stares right at me in the car, and then just stands there like he's waiting for me to get out and talk to him. Just stands there. He was not invited. He was not welcome in my yard. And he was there, staring at me like I need to get out of the car and away from my boyfriend to talk to him, who was invited. So I sit there for a minute explaining to Sam how this guy keeps showing up at my house uninvited. I don't want him here, and he needs to stop, and he needs to go away and leave us alone. And while I'm talking to Sam, he's still standing there on my porch staring at me. And then he starts walking down my steps to my door like he's going to come to the car door and like make me get out to talk to him. So I'm like, fuck this. So I open the door to get out, to try to get out so I can get to my door. But he blocks the car door so I can't get out and will not shut up to let me out. Going on and on and on and on and on and on and on. And Sam's sitting there in the driver's seat looking at him like, what the fuck, dude? What the hell? And he's looking at me like, what the hell? And then he's looking at this dude like, what the hell? And finally the guy leaves, and Sam starts helping me get my stuff in the house. And then directly after getting my stuff in the house, he feels so weird about the whole situation that he leaves. I didn't get to spend time with Sam because he freaked him out. 6 foot, buff, carries, and knows kung fu, but he creeped him out. I'm this tiny little female crippled chick, and he doesn't think he's creeping me out when he's creeping out my much bigger, much stronger boyfriend. He scared him into leaving. And then, so I get all my groceries put away. The next thing I know, he's at my door again the same day. Like, the only reason he left was because Sam was here. And then he came back to see if he was gone. Like, to screw with me. So, the fuck? Still uninvited, unannounced, just shows up at my door. So, at that point, I was so livid, I went off on him. I mean, I didn't go off on him. I was incredibly polite about it, but I wanted to go off on him. So I was like, hun, you can't show up at my house uninvited. You can't show up unannounced. I live alone. It's not appropriate. It's so incredibly inappropriate. And you scared off my boyfriend. He's worried about my safety because you're showing up at my house unannounced. I live alone and I'm female. You can't be doing that shit. It's not okay. And he's like, Does he know that my mom just died and I'm not in my right mind? And I'm like, well, you were in your right mind when you did it before she died. You can't use her as an excuse for the other times you did it. And it's completely unacceptable. You know how I feel about it. You know I don't want people showing up in my yard unannounced, especially men I don't know. And you're doing it anyway. And you're getting mad because I'm telling you it's unacceptable and inappropriate. And then he started making all these excuses of why he was doing it and why it was acceptable. I'm like, no, no. I live alone. I am a female. I do not want you here unannounced. You do not show up unannounced. No excuses, no exceptions. You don't do it. And then, so he pretended he was okay with that at that point. And then, so I spent the entire rest of the day in a panic attack. Both Sam and Stephanie were trying to calm me down the whole rest of the day because I was in a severe panic attack because clearly he did not care whether or not I wanted him here or not. He only cared that he wanted to be here. His intentions were clearly not pure. His intentions were clearly to do something to me because there is no other reason to get mad that someone doesn't want you showing up at their house unannounced and making excuses for it and making exceptions for it and getting mad that they are still telling you no, it's not appropriate, it's unacceptable. Normal people, when you say that to them, they're like, okay, I understand. And leave it at that. He made such a huge deal out of it that it made me feel so unsafe that if he were to come back a third time that day, I would have killed him in self-defense and been happy to go to prison for it. Because I am 100% certain that the reason for his behavior was an intent of rape. Because there's no reason to think otherwise. Every single red flag told me that that's what his intentions were. Showing up unannounced endlessly. Getting mad about it that I told him not to. Sexually harassing me. Inviting me to have sex with him. On and on and on and on and on. All these reasons why it's 100% clear of his intentions. So a couple of days ago, it might have been yesterday. I don't even honestly. I'm so fucked up mentally right now. Stop. I'm so fucked up mentally right now between that shit and losing Ash and Sam in the hospital. I don't even remember what day it was, but it was within the last couple of days at least. It might have even been yesterday. I don't remember. But so then he messages me flipping out that Stephanie's starting shit. So at that point, I went off on his ass because I know that he was doing the same shit to her, only through Messenger, that he was doing to me in person. Yeah. So I went off on his ass and explained to him that if she's starting shit, then she really just wants to be left the fuck alone. That she really is just done being sexually harassed and used and manipulated and treated like crap by men who won't take no for an answer. As am I, who am sick of it from him also. That she is not starting shit, that he is sexually harassing us and stalking us, and it is not okay. So he went off on me again. And then I made it clear also that the excuse of his mom dying doesn't make excuse his behavior because I lost my best friend and my boyfriend's in the hospital and you don't see me showing up at his house unannounced like a creeper. And he's like, well, that's different. That's your boyfriend in the hospital and a friend. That's not the same thing as losing your mom. You never lost your mom. I'm like, I didn't. So every time I talk about how I lost my mama and go on and on and on about how the most important woman in my life who raised me since I was an infant, who was my mother, how hard that still affects me to this day, years later, because I lost her in 2004, and even now, it still severely affects me. I still cry, bawl my eyes out, snot coming out of my nose, thinking about her to this day. And he's going to belittle my losses because it's not the same exact thing as that loss, and acting like I've never lost someone that important to me, because I want him to stop stalking me and stop sexually harassing me and stop doing the same thing to my friend. No, no, that's unacceptable. You don't treat people like that. You don't talk down to people that way. That's not okay. So I made it abundantly clear that I know exactly what that loss feels like, because I lost my mama long before he did, long before he lost his mom. And yes, my loss of my best friend, who was also a child to me, a son to me, my Ash, and my boyfriend in the hospital, and one of my girls being close to death, that is not only just as big as a loss as losing my grandma, losing my mama. But, and on top of it, I've lost my babies all month for the last 2 months. So my grief is maybe 10 times what his grief is right now. And he's using it as an excuse to stalk and sexually harass me. My grief is so much worse than his right now. And I'm not saying that you can measure grief, because you can't. And there's no measurement to grief. No one really knows how you feel about someone, how deeply you feel about that person. But you can't belittle somebody else's grief and say that because it's not this person, it's not as bad as their grief. You cannot say that. But okay, I'm not trying to say that my grief is worse than his grief, but I mean, keep in mind, I've been grieving for months, and then I just lost my best friend, and my boyfriend is currently in the hospital, who might die. I don't know what's wrong with him. He might be fine, but he might die. We don't know. We don't know what's wrong with him. We have an infectious disease specialist taking care of him at the moment. And I'm not making this up. I have it in my messages with him. I have proof. I can prove it. I know it sounds made up, infectious disease specialist, but I'm genuinely telling the truth. My boyfriend might die. My little girl might die. My best friend and little boy did die recently, within the last week. And I've been losing children, basically, children that are that deep of a connection to me, that they are my children, for the last 3 months. I am not okay. And he has the nerve to turn around and say that because he lost one person, that his grief is so bad that he can sexually harass me and stalk me, and I owe it to him because his mom gave me food. I owe him to let him sexually harass me and stalk me because his mom gave me food. And he's allowed to sexually harass and stalk me because he lost someone. I lost someone too. And I might still lose more people. And I'm not stalking and sexually harassing other people. I am grieving peacefully, quietly at home like a normal person. I mean, yeah, I'm venting about it on video because I need to get it out. I really, really do. But it's hard. Between the constant bullshit around here since I moved in, and the stalking and the harassment and the craziness, and then constantly losing loved ones one after another, after another, after another, after another. I am not okay. And you don't see me acting like a psycho going to people's houses and stalking them for over it. Right? Or sexually harassing people. But anyway, so back to our haul. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I went on that long about this shit, but I needed to get it out. And anybody watching this, you know, will probably agree that none of this shit he pulled is okay. You know, none of that's okay. It's unacceptable. You don't treat women that way. There is no world in which a woman owes you her body because you gave her food. There is no errand you can do for a woman that owes you her body. There is no world in which grief makes it okay to treat a woman like she is a piece of meat and an object. No world in which that's okay. So anyway, back to the haul. So we have, I found this vape in my house when I moved in. I cleaned it thoroughly, but it did not have a charger or anything to hold it when I got it. So I bought this lanyard for it. It's got kitties on it, little white kitties. And they cute. It's little white kitties. Little white kitties, so cute. So there's my vape, and then it also has like a chapstick holder too. So that's nice because during the winter my lips get really chapped, and I gotta use a lot of chapstick. And chapstick is good for you. It's so much better than chewing on your lips, which is a habit I have. So that's cute, and I like it, and yeah. And then I bought some chargers for the vape because we need to keep it charged to be able to use it. And then I've got me a self-defense whistle, which looks like bamboo. It's cute, and it came with a rainbow one that I put on the same chain as my meditation whistle. High spell. Simba could tell that I was upset, so it's all tangled. God damn it. Why is it gotta be tangled? I am trying to untangle you. Untangle. Tangle. Okay. So, Simba can tell I'm upset, so he's on my lap right now. Because, I mean, how does that not upset you? You live alone and you're being stalked by this creepy dude that will not take no for an answer. And when you stand up for yourself, verbally attacks you and turns it all around on you like you're doing something wrong for standing up for yourself. Okay, so then there's this pretty rainbow colored chain that came with the self-defense whistle. I mean, not the self-defense whistle, the meditation whistle. And this is the other self-defense whistle right here. It's still bamboo shaped, but it's rainbow. And this is the meditation whistle. So I can breathe on the meditation whistle when I'm stressed. And I can breathe on the self-defense whistle when I'm out and about and someone's following me or sexually harassing me and I want them to go away and leave me alone. Or get somebody to come by and get them to go away and leave me alone. Yeah. Whichever works. And the lanyard also came with this little attachment, which I think is also for a vape, but this one was too big. The other one was too big too, but it was bigger than this one so that I could wrap it around, so it works. And then this one is for like one of those whiter ones, the whiter vapes that like, yeah. But Anyway, so that is my self-care haul. And I hope you guys have a good weekend and a good day. And if nobody has told you today, you are enough, you are appreciated, you are loved, and you are wanted. And don't let other people make you feel like you have to do something that you don't want to do. Don't let anybody make you feel like you owe them something that is unacceptable for them to ask you for. You know, don't let anybody control you or treat you like crap or anything. Okay? Cuz we're all in this together. You know, I've got you. Y'all have got me. You know, we will keep safe and, stay positive together. Have a beautiful day and thank you for watching. Bye bye.